Hello, everybody! Oh, God, I forgot I was doing that. Yeah, now it's fixed. Woo!
Yay! Jantis?
It's another day in the week, and we're gonna play some Vampire. Everybody ready for Legacies of Caine? Vampire the Masquerade? Yes! If you are new to joining us, these crazy cast of characters are vampires, and they've totally been doing crazy adventures, and they're totally in the Caribbean. Looking for a voodoo master, zombie-looking vampire named Baron Samedi. Yes, and if you've played GoldenEye and James Bond, you could totally play a version of that. Was awesome to play in GoldenEye back on the N64, just saying. But now he's a vampire in this version rather than a James Bond villain. That's a weird segue for that one. All right.
So you're saying he wasn't a vampire in James Bond?
No, he was. He just didn't use his powers because he was being secretive about it.
Ah, that makes sense. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I gotcha.
So, like, when Bond defeated him, he's like, oh, I'm totally dead, arg! And he's like, well, guess that failed. Back to the drawing board of evil plans. Yep.
So there's going to be nuclear warheads in the Caribbean, then?
Sure. That sounds about right.
Cool. Great. Another Bay of Pigs.
Yeah. Except this one with more flesh-rotting undead. So anyway, yeah, they're in the Caribbean. Leslie and Dawn took an amazing adventures to a realm of fun and happiness.
Yeah.
That some people like to call hell.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Just fine.
Yeah. And, you got a little, message from the Great Lord Cockroach as he cleaned up spirit gunk. And then, just left a bathroom full of dead cockroaches.
Which are now in Leslie's bed.
Really, Jess, I don't see what your problem was. I found it a rather lovely vacation. If you'd like to go again, by all means, just let me know. I can take you over anytime you want.
No.
Oh, are you sure, Jess? Dawn.
You don't need any more children.
Dawn, we talked about this. It's not my child.
You can't take me places to try and make you children. It's not okay.
You just melt baby spit water all over my computer.
Look, Don, if it makes you feel, just think of it more of like an adopted child.
Doesn't change anything.
Yeah, God knows. I wouldn't be able to have... if we were able to have children that way, I would have done it.
Oh.
Oh.
Many times.
Oh, that's a lot.
Technically, our characters were in different places at the start of this, though.
Yeah, I think they were.
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
I think it was Nathan and Leslie were out finding Leslie a different suit or something.
Yes.
I believe Pink.
We found the suit, and then we were going to check the business thing at the airport.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
Don and I forget Dox's character. Not yeah.
Samuel?
Dunce.
They were going to Samuel, yeah, and Samuel were going to put cockroaches in Leslie's bed.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, but why did I say Dox? Duncan.
Uh-huh.
Dox is from the last game.
Yeah, what's this dox you're speaking of? As if, like, an interdimensional portal that Leslie can maybe step through annoyingly will keep showing up.
I would do nothing of the sort. How dare you?
Uh-huh.
I am quite happy staying in this realm. I never venture into other realms with magic and swords. Kitsunes.
Uh-huh.
Fluffy kitsunes.
Uh-huh.
Good lord, pick one.
Why would I limit myself to one? Nathan, there are so many options, so many worlds. Why would you not visit them if you could?
I do, but I only visit. Yours apparently live in Japan, and, well, I suppose the other one is moving to Japan, so I suppose you are keeping them at least in the same country.
See, it's all fine. Nobody
Yes.
minds, truly. Maybe one creature with horns seems to mind occasionally when I pop up in another world, but he's odd anyway.
Creature with horns, you say?
Indeed.
Um,
Red skin and a tail, too. Looks kind of like a devil, I'm not going to lie.
well, if it looks like a devil and is annoyed like a devil,
It's probably a devil. It's a very good point, Nathan.
I'd rather not get mixed up in devils any more than I already have.
Then I shan't be taking you to my wonderful vacation home in the penumbra.
Great. Let's finish going to the airport.
All right.
And scene.
Today is a day.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So yeah, you will find yourself at the airport, coming to where you see some of these advertisements, and indeed, the advertisements have keywords in them that sound like vampires should notice them. But I will give you that the advertisements are like in amongst all the other advertisements you find at an airport, which anybody could very easily ignore.
So it's not obvious in any sense of the word.
It is and it isn't. Like, it's in a position that could be called obvious. You know, it's like, oh, there it is right there. But the fact is, the obviousness of it, it could also be kind of attributed to, well, it's in areas that maybe people sit around while waiting for airplanes and stuff, or waiting, you know, like, when people are departing and things like that, or, like, when relaxing when they get to the airport. It feels...
And literally nobody reads those.
I mean, like, if you get really bored, you just check them at least. I know last time I air traveled, I at least took a look at some of those. Just randomly. You know, whether
You
or
check
not...
them when you're waiting for... You look at the advertisements when you're waiting for someone in the bathroom.
Yeah, that's a lot true, too. So the fact is, like...
Which, guess what? Doesn't happen to us very often.
Is it the most obvious thing? Like, you take a look at it, and maybe it could be more obvious to someone familiar with Caribbean vampire politics, but that's about it. For someone traveling in as far as you have, it's...
Especially since it's not the way any other place works.
Not to mention, like, we came in probably through, like, the private entrances and stuff, where you probably don't see as much of that stuff.
Oh, you know, even, like, where you are, because they do have, like, you have to go in through customs, even with the private stuff, you know?
Oh, I understand. I'm just saying it's like...
Like, the custom place was blazoned with it. It is where they kind of did it, too. So, I mean, like, they did have a bunch there, but again, it's like, there's a bunch of advertisements there.
Ah, yes, there's an advertisement here for the Pain Cave. Fancy.
That's not the one that has... It's this one over here. I would have noticed the Pain Cave.
See, I much more prefer this one. I really would like
Um,
to check this place out sometime. It sounds interesting.
Well, from what I can tell, it is.
So this is what we were supposed to find. This
Apparently.
advertisement.
Yes.
What century does this misbegotten gangrel prince, as he says, live in? Nobody reads these things.
I am unsure. All right, well, I suppose that's that. Shall we get back to the room?
I suppose.
All right. We'll head back to the room.
Okay. Alright, you'll get back with everybody. Hey, the bathroom looks clean.
Nothing a bit of bleach can't fix, see? Also,
Please do that.
the great little cockroach came and ate it, but like,
I'm
bleach
sorry,
helped.
what?
Yeah, the great little cockroach decided to come hang out with me. After, you know.
And
We
he
went
ate
to
my
hell.
shadow goo.
Yeah. Him and some friends.
Presumably he swallowed.
It would seem. I don't see any residue.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have to keep that in mind, I suppose.
Speaking of the great little cockroach,
Mhm.
Nathan apparently, you know, great, sire, I think. It's a lot of greats. Is kind of like a roided up bitch who's watching you. I don't know. Look, the great little cockroach told us this was, you know.
We did check for bugs, right?
Oh, I think he's kind of just like keeping an eye. I'm not sure if he's like good eyes on you right now. Like, apparently he's just been like.
Great.
keeping a lookout.
Great. How many greats was it?
I think it was just 3. It might have been 2. It could have been 4. I think it was 3.
Nathan,
Well-
what generation are you again?
Well, that makes it one of 2 people. Neither of which I'm particularly comfortable with having an eye on me.
The good news is not the 3rd generation, because Venture's the only one of the ones that are confirmed dead.
Yeah.
Just how high up here are we speaking, Nathan? Should we be concerned?
Well, once you go beyond 2 greats, yes.
Yes. Lovely. So,
Yeah. Also, Leslie, we got some shit to deal with now. Apparently, we pissed off both the things chasing us, and now they're teaming up. And I can't go back to that abyssal plane, or I'm gonna get fucking murdered.
Also, apparently,
Well, shit.
I'm part of some secret organization
Yeah,
by proxy because my master or my sire was.
Emil's in a cult. I'm wondering if they have robes.
You know,
Also-
that sounds absolutely fascinating, but I'm sorry. Your guy and my guy,
Yeah, like teaming up.
the two of them,
Yeah,
they're teaming up.
yeah. We're fucked.
Oh, we're so
Wait.
fucked.
Who's after which one of you?
God, we're so fucked.
Oh, well, nah, it's a.
I thought your sire was the one that was after you, Dawn.
Oh.
Not quite my sire.
Because we dealt with your grandsire. Well,
Yeah.
spoke to him at least.
You know, when I was asleep for a long while hanging out with the great little cockroach and, you know, they
Yes.
jump in and save me because some shit was chasing me.
I thought he saved you because you had just been hit by an elder and nearly killed.
Well, I could have recovered eventually from that on my own, but like some shit was chasing me. Some shit is trying to get out of whatever that plane of
Okay.
existence is, and they're teaming up. And
Proposition here.
Okay.
Fuck this quest. We leave, we hide, and we're never seen from again.
you also need to stop going into the nether realm so often because you're bringing shit back apparently.
Is that Leslie's child?
No.
Aurora.
I swear to God, the next person that calls it my
Shoo,
child
behave
is
yourself.
going to
You can
take
have trouble.
me. I don't care if I bring anything
Aurora.
back. They are experiencing it themselves.
Cut it out, okay? Behave yourself. That's very funny. Bye. I know you're off of school. Go, shoo.
Perhaps it was merely a young voice from the next room. Regardless, so what is it that is chasing
No,
you,
you're in
Dawn?
trouble.
Uh,
You're definitely in
Yeah.
trouble now.
kind of like some maybe
Time out. Right now.
Bruja shit. Maybe
Then
the
cut it out.
Bruja shit. You know? Yeah, it's a little. I'm not too clear on the specifics.
For the sake of clarity, given what I know from my own trips and from Smiche, basically, Nathan, well,
For the
it's
sake
like
of clarity and brevity, please.
I think for the first time, like Leslie's visibly like nervous. Yes, brevity, of course. You know how I just said we want to hide? That wasn't a joke. Basically, her antediluvian has teamed up with my antediluvian, apparently. They've up until now, it's been more of a like abstract concept of them, the two of them, looking for a way to return.
I was under the impression that Lasombra was dead.
Most people are, yes, and it's better to keep it that way. He is technically dead, but he is also not. The Umber, the Penumbra, it's not quite that simple, especially with one of a power level such as he.
I'm looking at your not arm.
Death is a more abstract concept. It's something that we tap in. Like that, our power is. He is both alive and dead at the same time. He is
like the rest of us,
exists
except
not.
differently.
Yes.
Yeah, he's kind of like double dead alive, whereas we're just dead alive.
In the same manner that my arm is dead, my arm is gone, and yet I can. And he's gonna reach out and touch your shoulder. I can still touch you with it. It is very much dead, and yet not.
And so you're saying that your arm is essentially the arm of your antediluvian?
No, not quite. It is power drawn from, well, the arm specifically, I don't know. Smiche, God, I can't believe I'm saying this. Smiche talked with me about it a bit. It's an extension of the Umbra. The problem is that everything is in the... La Sombra has a great deal of power. And in essence, he is a part of the Umbra.
And so your arm is, in essence, part of La Sombra.
In essence, as much as the rest of my powers are, yes.
Okay.
And Smiche said that La Sombra's been looking for quite some time for a way to return, to leave the Umbra, I don't know whether it is to come back with a body or come back with something else, but he's been looking for a way back. It was one of the things that Smiche warned me about. But it was still more abstract. Meanwhile, if the great Lord Cockroach is to be believed, then Dawn's antediluvian is also looking for a way back and has apparently teamed up with La Sombra. In essence, like I said...
Oh, lovely. So that's 3 antediluvians who have recently begun influencing the realm.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
2 of which are actively looking for us.
One who has already found us. And apparently another...
Well, he doesn't... Although my arm is tied to him, it doesn't give him a direct line, as it were. It's...
Do you know that?
If Smiche is to be believed, then yes. Granted, this is the antediluvian that let me basically live on his couch for... I don't
did he
know
have
how
a
long his
couch?
time moved. No.
It was made of flesh.
It was a flesh slab,
Oh.
basically. Yes. It was not... Look, I don't know how long I was there. I don't know why he let me stay there. Time was weird there, but an antediluvian let me live with him and let me leave after discussing things. I don't know why, but at the same time, I don't know why he would have lied. He could have just killed me. Very
Semiche,
easily. Yes.
Bruja,
Yes.
La Sombra,
Mhm.
Yes.
someone who is nearly Ventru. All right. Well,
This year fucking
what's-
sucks, dude.
what's Samuel's antediluvian waiting for?
Oh no, he's just king of the cockroaches.
Wait,
Well, the
What?
cockroach
I'm
like
sorry,
people.
what?
Yeah, no, he's like king of the cockroach people. He's like their leader. He's like pretty cool.
Oh, so things are peachy.
Yeah,
That's-
he's having a
that's
great
great.
time.
Mm-hmm.
and
I'm sorry. We're sitting here laboring under threats from various vampires of orders of magnitude stronger than us, seeking us out, and he is the king of the fucking cockroaches.
I mean, he did just like lead a revolution. You know, he's probably been through some shit. He isn't gonna hang out with us for a while.
I'll give
Lazarus.
you PC or NPC. Samuel will probably mention like he probably has like all of Pentax and like and a great deal of worm servants that are after him at this point in time for what he did. So
Yeah.
he has a different class of enemies. Like you have vampire related enemies. He's made werewolf related enemies.
Lazarus
Wait, he's king of the cockroaches.
I know it gives you a lot of situations.
is ostensibly the person we're working for to bring the Cappadocians back.
I'm sorry, Lazarus.
Yes. The whole reason we are in the
So-
Caribbean.
Well, I knew we were seeking out, the Cappadocians. Last I knew, we were still working with,
Mr. Cromwell?
it's bloody, yes, him.
Mr. Cromwell has supported us in our endeavors, as he believes in the value of the knowledge we seek. However, he is no longer our direct benefactor.
But we are still under it, right? The thing. The
I don't
effect
want
of
to
the-
test.
yes.
It, yeah.
Okay.
You're not sure how long it will last. It has probably been less than a year, and it will probably last for a number of years at very least.
And then there's a secret society which Emil is a part of.
Hello. Carpet.
What?
Wait, is this
Yes.
my internet?
Oh, I think
I
that's
think it's your internet. Yeah, it's your
I think
internet.
it's your internet.
Mm-hmm. And Emil is part of a secret society about which he did not know until recently. Any possible information on that for us?
It has to do with my sire. And I should probably make some calls.
Wasn't he hunting Sabat in Chicago?
Was he?
I don't remember what we said about it, actually.
I remember he was hunting something, and he worked with the werewolves to do it.
He helped keep
Yeah, I remember
stability.
that much.
He helped keep
working with the werewolves.
Effectively, he was one of the ones that people that brokered the deal with the werewolves to help the Camarilla keep the Sabbat out of Chicago. So that's why, like,
Right.
Chicago has much more of a peace with the werewolves than a lot of other areas, because of the brokerage deal your sire made.
Right.
He had a buddy in with the werewolves, and he used that connection for the two of them to broker a. It's probably a tenuous peace at best, because again, like, still hate each other, but it's sort of like we are in an open war, and also our mutual enemies who are worse have been driven out, and we're keeping them out.
All right. So, depending on what secret society this is, you may or may not be responsible for a war between werewolves and vampires in Chicago. Wonderful. Let's see.
There's a war between vampires and werewolves in Chicago?
And things are probably much more tense now that your sire's gone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the person in the middle of a peace brokerage got murdered. Think about that. Now, granted, it's after the peace brokerage, but it's sort of like the person that brokered it. If something happens, you don't have the same person in place to, like, maybe smooth things over. So far, nothing has happened, but that doesn't mean it couldn't.
And we are currently looking for, essentially, the blood of Caine. So, no, Leslie, we are not going to run and hide, because the only way out of this fucking mess...
There's more.
There's more?
Yeah.
The hell do you mean there's more, Dawn?
So, you know, the Great Little Cockroach kind of, like, gave me some sort of protection from being chased from this thing. Well, if you didn't, he did. Yeah, that's mostly gone, and if I kind of want that back, I may become basically like a reverse abomination.
I mean...
I have to find a power source, so I'm thinking like a really large battery, but like...
Reverse abomination, that'd be good, no?
Do you recall the abomination we found, retrieving a particular item?
Well, yes, but if it's a reverse abomination... Perhaps...
Then they're going to go mad because all of a sudden it's a vampire given life, rather than life, a werewolf added to vampire.
Okay, that's all of it.
No.
Also, Leslie, this cockroach is in your bed.
You told him about it.
I spent all that time trying to... Okay.
Wait, what?
Okay,
what do you mean the cockroach is in my bed?
I wanted him to find it later, but like I feel like I'm in trouble for relaying this news, so...
Leslie's gonna go to his room and pull the covers back on his bed.
It's covered in cockroaches.
Dawn, why are the cockroaches in my bed?
The Great Little Cockroach told me to do it!
No, he didn't.
Dawn is gonna smack Emil in the back of the head.
Screw it. I'm bringing the Umber back. I'm gonna do it myself. Cover the world in shadow. Who cares? End it all. Just shadows everywhere. It'd be wonderful. It'd be paradise for us. The Umber, we'd be fine. Well, he'd probably eat us, but...
So...
Begins cleaning his head off of cockroaches.
So, given these issues we appear to be facing with, let's see, Sumiche arguably helping us?
After we tried to kill him, yes.
Yes. And my sire, or great whatever, keeping an eye on me? That's 2 out of 7.
Mm-hmm.
And the Great Lord Cockroach, who's been helping as it can. So I suppose that's 3 out of 8. So I think that finishing our mission is probably the best hope. Fuck.
Nathan, all due respect, yes, the Great Cockroach is on our side, but if his power is already at its max and can no longer protect Dawn, and the Antediluvians aren't even actively involved yet, he cannot stand up to Lasombra's power. He cannot stand up to Bruja's power.
I glance pointedly at your arm.
What about... Yes, I see... What the hell do you want me to do about this, Nathan? I can't really get rid of it. Here, Leslie will take a sword and chop through the arm. It does nothing. It is shadow.
Oh, that's really cool.
Is that the demon sword?
Yeah.
Does it do nothing?
It technically does nothing because it is the one that draws energy from its user to power it.
Okay.
It is the Einkurin is the one that draws from you and then powers it. The other one drew from targets and powered it, and then gave it to you. So it's kind of the reverse.
Okay.
It's not like I can just get rid of it, and if I do, I'm left a one-armed vampire. What the hell am I supposed to do then?
Also, technically speaking, he didn't use Iron Current to the maximum, because to use Iron Current to the maximum, he has to feed it some of his blood and such, and then
Which I haven't really had a chance to do.
No.
I wasn't suggesting you get rid of it. I was merely pointing out that that La Sombra is not inactive at the moment.
He is also not... If this is the extent of what La Sombra and Bruja are doing at the moment, and the Great Lord Cockroach is already straining his abilities to the max to protect Dawn, he actively says he cannot protect Dawn anymore. What about when they become more active? He cannot stand up to their power. That leaves us with Semiche, who we don't even know why he currently helped us, or if he is still going to help us against the two of them. And your great-great-grandsire, whatever they are, we don't know if they are able to match them. We are up against two extremely deadly antediluvians.
Yes.
Storyteller Samuel will give you a hint. So, hey, Dawn, you know, Lakoshris mentioned a power source. So did Nathan. Nathan mentioned a power source that might work if you want to try your transformation.
Did Nathan mention a power source right about that?
Perhaps a type of blood that would be very ancient and very powerful.
Oh. Storyteller Samuel, you're a genius.
I already said that!
Yes, but he said it better.
Like, Samuel explained it to me. I'm a little slow and a little stressed, and I really wanted to spell out danger with those cockroaches, but you came back too soon.
Danger.
Well, at least you didn't get it into your mind to do an Electric Six song.
Oh, maybe next time. I've been doing a lot of Britney.
I appreciate that.
So,
Yes.
I believe that waiting until they become more active and continuing to try and hide is significantly going to be less useful than attempting to do something about it while there is presumably still time to do so.
I'm good with murder. Are we talking about killing stuff?
I don't believe any of us possesses the power to
Depends
kill
on
an
what we're
antediluvian
killing?
Dawn.
It's my thought is to continue tracing until we can find that power so that we stand a chance against the other bits.
Us, a bunch of low gens. We are to stand up to the antediluvians. We are nobody.
Did you
That's
just,
true.
say low gen? Is that like our version of the Harry Potter blood, blood thing? Is that what you
Mudblood.
just called me?
No, Dawn, it is... What the hell is Harry Potter?
Oh, you wait.
It is not a
The
slur,
movies
Dawn,
came
it's-
out a decade ago.
Yeah, see, even
think I
Nathan's
watched-
seen them.
I've been living... Never mind, doesn't matter.
My point is, we are on the trail of the first city, where it is said the blood of Caine resides, held by Jabal, the first ghoul. If my theories are correct, Jabal is a very reasonable being.
That'd be a nice change.
This would be a wonderful change.
And if we can get our hands on the blood of Caine, that is significantly more powerful than any antediluvian. Particularly if we can use it to call him back in the event that that seems like the best thing to do.
Assuming that Caine himself does not smite us down along with the antediluvians.
6 of one, half a dozen dead us's of the other.
Yes, Nathan, I realize. I'm tired.
Well,
I already spent, again, an unknowable amount of time living with one of these creatures, and it was terrifying. I should not be here. He could have slaughtered me with a snap of his fingers.
and yet here you are.
And I don't know why, and that makes it worse. Why am I now privy to his secrets?
I'm sure he has plenty more secrets.
Yeah, you probably got
Oh,
like.
I'm most certain he does. But why did he let me leave with any of them? This is Semiche.
Would you like to worry about how much he's going to do to you in the event that the worst happens? Or are you going to look for a way to deal with it? I know how I've done things before. I know how I plan to do things now. If you would like to run and hide, I suggest you do so, and I will be very disappointed.
Ages are measured in centuries. That means little.
I mean, mine isn't yet. That phrase still like gives me nightmares.
What, centuries?
No, I'm disappointed in you.
Yeah,
Does that go away?
you care less, yes.
Oh, okay. That's nice. That's a nice thought.
So,
How old are you, Don?
That's a very rude thing to ask a lady.
I'm going to go clean out my bed and think. And Leslie's just gonna leave.
I mean, perhaps we should also talk about the fact that we should probably talk about meeting with the gangrel again and how we're going to approach that.
Yes. Yes.
I approach those situations by keeping my mouth shut.
It's fair.
It's
feel
worked
like
for
I-
me so far.
Shouldn't as much this time around.
Yes. I think that would probably be for the best.
Oh,
Did we have a meeting set up for...
Tomorrow.
Like, that's what I thought.
Nope.
That's why I'm like, we should probably talk about that as well. I mean, yeah, we've got a couple end of world stuff to think about too, but you know, that's end of the world. That'll come due.
the end of the world will still be there. Tomorrow we've got a meeting.
That's a good way of looking at it.
Gehenna's right around
Thank
the
you for
corner,
your-
but we don't have to worry about it right now.
Yeah. Right now, all we have to worry about is a couple upstart gangrel.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you suggest, Emil? As my ideas were mostly exhausted this past evening.
I mean, offer him a gift. Is there something what would I know about pleasing a gangrel, like,
Ooh.
Stroke the shaft?
clan leader? Or not clan leader, but
Add a little bit of a
Prince.
twist in there.
You might want to like appeal to like the hunter in a gangrel or the beast side of a gangrel kind of thing. That might be your best
Yeah.
bet. Something like
Hunting trip.
the thing is, there's not really probably going to be good hunting trip in this place, but maybe you
No.
could be like, you could challenge him to
Oh.
some kind of competitive fishing or something.
I was thinking of just challenging him to something.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps challenging him to something that he, for information, I think he'd uphold a bargain like that.
Karaoke.
Probably something a bit more physical.
Oh.
Something he thinks he could win. Or, I mean, because even if he wins, it might still be fun.
I mean, does he just want like a fight? Me and you can go try and fuck him up.
I mean, if we do fight, it should be on even terms, so don't just attack him. But
Yeah, but like we'll be like, oh, we need 2 of us to fight you because you're so strong, and then we'll just let him win. You know, that would make me feel pretty good.
can we tell? Do we know what generation he is?
No, you don't actually.
Okay, I just wasn't sure if that's something vampires could tell.
I certainly wouldn't mind getting my frustration out on, what was his name, Fred?
Oh, you want to beat up? That was the invisible dude, right?
You guys
Yes.
certainly already know Leslie's thoughts regarding all this.
Perhaps we could let him pick the challenge.
I could do. One of us could end up dead, but we could do.
Yeah.
Did Samuel bring Wick along?
Yes,
Does he have his car?
probably.
Fuck yeah.
What if the hunt was for Wick?
Oh, no, what if he kills Wick?
No, the challenge would be to bring it back alive. Killing
Oh.
a rat, not a difficult challenge.
What, like
Capturing a rat and bringing it back alive, much more difficult.
letting Wick hide, like, in the city? Okay, maybe in the city is a bit too big. Like,
Oh, I'm thinking having Wick hide in the sewer and perhaps using some sort of illusion to trick him into bringing back the wrong rat.
ooh. Okay.
Then your illusions cover. Well,
I'm thinking we have Samuel coach Wick and perhaps have Wick, I don't know, copulate with another rat of similar size and look to make sure the smell is all over the 2 of them.
I feel like we're pimping out a rat right now, and I don't know how I feel. Because, like, Samuel talks to him. I've heard their conversations. They're, like, proper long conversations. It's not just, like... And Samuel's gonna have to explain to him, hey, look, buddy, you wanna go fuck this rat that looks like you? You know, what if he's got a type? And he's not okay with one that looks like him, you know?
Well, I suppose Wick could get into a fight with a rat that looks like him.
That's more like it. He has knives. He would win.
It's probably best for him not to use knives, as the other rat would probably not be using knives also.
That's fair, but we could get lots
so
of
copulation
rats,
is probably safer.
and if we find several that look like Wick, we could tape little scalpels to their hands. So it's like Wick with the knives.
I think that that's more work than we need to do.
Okay, fair. I mean, we could see if he's interested in this idea.
While we wait for Samuel to talk to Wick, perhaps we should take our first break.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Let us take our first break here. Now that you're done your conversation about what to do with Wick. I was waiting for you to be done. If you need a drink, snack, bathroom break, anything like that, go ahead and do it. And we'll be back in a little bit here.
Wash your mind out with brain bleach.
Wait,
Alright.
what? No countdown?
I can go. I've been skipping countdowns to see if I can confuse people extra.
Oh, shit.
I know.
Confused me.
Uh-huh.
You're
I'm
just
evil.
trying to get us to say gamer things on your stream.
I know, I'm evil.
Damn it, Tantus. We were this close to saying the gamer word.
Mountain Dew?
Exactly.
Damn it, he
Doritos?
said it.
I mean, I don't have
Oh,
Doritos.
he said the other one. No,
got-
it's over. The stream's cursed now. Shut it all down.
I've got Sun Chips, That's reversed because my camera's reversed.
Oh,
Okay.
some shit of that.
I've got a rum and coke.
Ooh.
Oh god, can I have some, please?
I've got iced tea.
The worst thing is, can't drink with the medication I just started.
I also have unsweetened
No.
black tea. It's for maximum.
Now,
no
technically,
sugar.
that's where you're wrong because you can drink. It's just a bad idea.
Yeah, I read the warning label. It was like, don't drink with this shit.
Yeah, I'm drinking flavored water because according to this like chart on here for nutrition, my tea, since it's unsweetened, is just flavored water.
I mean, what's wrong with some
I mean,
flavored
that's
water?
what tea is.
Yeah, flavored water.
I have literally just water.
I've got
I
that
also
too,
have just water.
but I've been focusing on my flavored water because I need the caffeine. All right,
Fair.
so I'm guessing everybody's going to rest for the evening and prepare for tomorrow with your plan.
The time
yes.
For the
snack?
for the great rat hunt.
Was Wick in for this?
This seems like a crazy plan, boys. But if the boss is for it, I guess I could try it out.
All right. Well, get out and sow your wild rat oats.
Sounds like a good plan.
Oh,
Leslie's face is just blank at that. She's...
All right. So Wick will go off as all of you rest for the day, and then the evening will once again night will come as the sun will fall. You will all awaken. You know that you have a meeting relatively soon with the good old boy. I think that's a different person that I did there for a second, but whatever.
Oh, good old bot. No, I can't do it. I'm terrible with accents. I need to practice the accents. Then I can actually make voices.
Accents are a mixed bag for me.
I can do accents if I practice them. I just need to practice them.
Mm-hmm.
So yay or nay on going to this meeting in the other form?
I kind of really need a snack before anything. If anyone else is also fucking starving.
Well, you know, if
How's Leslie doing?
you're gonna hear a knock on the door. Hey,
Yeah?
nothing. What you up to? I've been told to come and get you.
Room
Oh, that's-
service.
That's not dinner, is it?
It could be.
Hmm.
I like the other kind of room service Nathan usually orders. I kind of got used to it. Oh, is that like our equivalent of fast food? Have I just been eating fast food this entire time?
Samuel, Emerald, Liesel,
I swear to if you get you.
Apologies, no one here by that name.
Diane,
No,
Perhaps you're looking for someone in another room.
Did you bring
Nathan.
food?
That sounds like you, Nathan. Come on out. Look, guys. I just they keep telling me you got different names. I don't know what they are.
Nathan
Emil,
would be
Nathan,
a fantastic start.
Leslie, and Dawn. And Samuel.
Wait,
I quite like Dan.
Dan's a woman?
Oh my god.
Shit, I am?
You're like talking through a door loudly. It's
Yeah.
Wait, is that what those bumps on your chest are, Don? My god.
Oh, if you think it ends at the bumps on my chest, you ain't see nothing.
All right, so it's Nathan. Well, look, Nathan, don't worry. Sorry about that. You know, it's just like I don't think so good sometimes.
Hmm.
Oh no, I feel that. Should I let him in?
No.
Should I let him in
No.
for something in return?
Um.
No.
No.
So it's
It's gonna make him bet lunch.
What can
So
we do
it's-
for you?
I was told to come and get you. It was important.
Oh. All right. Where should we go?
Well, Mr. LeBlanc said to bring you back to the fort and make sure you get there in time, and this time come with you and try to get your names right, which I'm not sure which of them are wrong and which of them are right. We got Nathan, Dwan. So who's Liesel?
Sound it out.
Lee Sal.
How did he get it more wrong?
What are the last 3 letters?
SAL?
I'm sorry, what?
Your name, it's
It's
spelled L-E...
Leslie!
Oh!
The last 3 letters, sir. L-I-E. How in God's name?
Look, the name was spelled L-E-I-S-A-L from what I got.
He was given wrong info.
So, Leslie,
You
are you a woman too?
You were given my name backwards.
Okay,
You're not misreading it. You're reading what you were given.
okay.
No. Is that what is happening here?
No. But are you a woman too?
None of us are brave to check.
I'm going to open the door.
No,
Please.
I'm going to put my foot right in front of it.
Because I got a
Do you
great.
have a car ready for us?
Oh yeah, I do. I had a great aunt named Leslie.
You are most
feel
welcome to
bad
try
for him
and
at this
see.
I'm just saying, I don't want to
What
get it
sort of
wrong. I
car
already
is
got damn wrong. Black one. Big old SUV.
Oh,
All right. Why don't you go get in the front seat, and we'll meet you there in just a moment. Dan is getting dressed.
You mean Dawn?
Yes.
I do hear that women take a long time to get dressed. Is that true
Mhm.
for vampire women too? I never had a chance to talk to one like that.
Yeah, well, if you go down and wait in the car, perhaps you will.
I don't know if I
also
should.
vampire women get really grumpy if they don't have food. They can turn very violent very quickly.
I mean, we could stop by one of the local joints. I think it'll be fine. There's a nightclub that's having some partying.
Yeah, that'll do. Okay.
I really
All
should
right.
wait here. Monsieur Jimmy will not be very happy with me if I come down without you. He's the driver for today.
Why don't you wait by the elevator then?
Okay. What's the other names? We got Leslie, Nathan, Dwan, Emil. So it's not Emerald? Not like the guy,
No.
the cook who does the Baron?
No, not the Baron.
What about Simwell?
Samuel.
Well, that makes sense. Okay. Good to
Yes.
know.
All right, we'll be out in a bit.
I kind of like him. He's easy to pressure into things I want.
I just
That's a
feel
fair
bad for him
point.
at this point.
He's getting me a snack. I feel great about him.
Right, so to answer your earlier question, Nathan, I'm fine for now.
Excellent.
Well, we're
Little-
getting snacks anyway. Takeout time.
Well-
Let's go.
Dawn, you can create illusions, yes?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, theory. Dawn creates an illusion of me that goes in the car. I follow in the other form. What do you think?
In the
I don't
other,
know
I don't
if I
think
can
that's a
make it
great idea.
move. Yeah, no, I wouldn't fuck around. Look, there's another pitfall.
Look, it
You got this.
was weird that time because I created the form while in the Umbra. That's not the norm.
How long does it normally take?
Minute-ish or two. Not sure. Haven't actually tried it in this world yet.
Well, perhaps it would be best not to try that, as, if I recall correctly, the thing that it's made of is hunting you.
And
Literally all of my
me.
powers. Literally all of my powers come from the Umber.
Abyss.
You want to risk my life
Abyss.
like this?
Literally all of my powers come from the Abyss. If I don't use this, then I don't use others either. It's all the same source.
I've seen that source, by the way. It's really fucked up. There's like the swirling thing in the sky, and it's...
Also useful, I'd like to point out how many of our fights have been aided because of the powers.
Yeah, but
Point
real
being
Yep.
that if we do end
At
up
least
getting into a
one
fight,
that I know.
if we do end up getting into a fight, it would take me a bit of time to transform. Whereas, could just do it now.
And run the risk of being seen.
Mm,
How are you going to follow the car?
It's night. I'm fast.
I mean, someone spotted you in that dog alleyway.
Yes, I'm still rather confused about that, to be honest. I don't know how they spotted black on black.
I don't know, but they called the cops on me.
I think
Meta note, how the frig did that person spot me? I was a shadow in a shadow.
There was still some light coming in because it was a busy street that had some light kind of like echoing in. And the fact is, like, yes, you are black on black, but you had a physical shape, so you have an outline. You just don't instantly like blend in with the shadows, and you were technically, I had you roll stealth and you didn't roll that good. So, you know, it was easier for you to hide. He just rolled really well. So he noticed something in there. He didn't know what it was.
I noticed movement.
Yeah, it's like there's movement, there's something there. He doesn't know what it is. He can't really tell like the full shape of it. It just was freaky and weird. And that's when Dawn was like, "It's a dog," you know, because they didn't really know what it was.
Man, I'm apparently a terrible shadow spy demon.
I mean, it was a lucky thing for that guy more than anything. You rolled decently. He rolled really well.
Alright, it's just going in the car then.
mhm.
As you
I
wish.
think until we have the opportunity to consult with someone who might know more, it might be worth reining in your use of those abilities.
And that is going to severely hamper my performance.
There are pills for that.
Leslie's just gonna kind of look at you with a bit of a shocked expression, just like as if he can't believe what was just said.
Dawn's gonna wink at Leslie and then carry on like nothing happened.
I believe that your
and-
performance will be quite sufficient with your already considerable talents at spycraft and a bit of the old ultraviolence.
And her wibbly wobbly timey wimey powers. What about those? Those are connected to her antediluvian.
I mean, I barely touched them.
And it's a real shame. Those are rather useful.
They are, but like, kind of freaky still. Like a little, you know, you spent your whole undead life thinking you're one thing, and it turns out you're another thing, and you know. I like
Dawn,
risky shit.
how many unexpected events have you encountered through your use of your timey-wimey powers?
That I've encountered stuff that I've caused. I don't think I've
Stuff
caused.
that you've done that hasn't turned out the way you expected it to.
Pretty much nothing.
Leslie?
One.
You have
I
Cool.
look pointedly again at his arm.
I had nothing to do with that. Thank you very much.
Were you expecting it?
I will note that this was a result of saving your lives. You're welcome. Who was the one that triggered the C4 while you ran? Who was the one that got buried in rubble?
Ooh.
I didn't lose this for nothing.
That's very true. My point is, we have consistency and reliability so far
That's me.
in the somewhat minimal use of timey-wimey abilities and rather unpredictable results from your uses, because there is also a second, which was when you brought Dawn elsewhere.
Which was unpredictable that she would see something other than I see, yes, but...
And that your child.
And also that it removed the protections that the Great Lord had put upon her.
Yeah, she's sniffing me out now.
If he ever bothered to speak to me, then I might have known.
Very true. I am merely
As you
pointing
wish.
out.
Unless if things go bad, I will use my powers.
Of course.
And shall we be off?
Yes.
All right. You're heading to meet with Fred.
I'm getting a snack.
Mhm.
He's actually going to be talking to the air out in front of the elevator. It's like, yeah, but I know, like, is she pretty? Really? Okay. Oh, I see what's going on. Oh, she's that kind of... Okay, gotcha. How do you know these things?
What?
Really? Your sister? Watching? That's a weird thing. Huh?
Sister watching. One of my favorite pastimes.
Oh, hey, Nathan. You really should have told me
Yes?
your correct name when we met before.
How much would it have mattered?
I mean, I would have gotten it right.
Got a
It's
point.
more the spirit of the matter. An envoy of a supposed prince not getting names right in the first place is...
Oh, well, I mean, LeBlanc just keeps me around most of the time. I don't think I'm really an envoy. I just do jobs occasionally here and there around the town.
Then why did you have our names?
I mean, some of the other guys told me that I should talk to you first. I'd probably be better because they got all the accents and stuff. And since I'm from up north, back before I became all vampiric and stuff. Before I found the call of the blood. I moved from New York down to Florida for a bit, then ran into some trouble, and then LeBlanc, picked me up. He's a good guy. And Susan and Jesse were telling me all about you guys a little bit now. They've been watching you.
Oh,
Who?
Oh, sorry, Susan and Jesse.
And who are they?
Oh, I forget that you guys don't see that stuff. Man, it's one of them things that I keep forgetting that, like, my apparently, like, we can see them things that you guys don't. It's okay. No. They're sorry you can't see them either. Come on, let's go down to your car.
Wait, hang on. See what?
Oh, the fairies.
Fairies are real?
Fairies?
Sure.
If I say I don't believe in them, will one die?
Oh, no. Though I gotta apologize, because I did find out that Susan's sisters apparently have been watching you sometimes when you do your things, lady. So I know, I know it's like one of them things that I should be, like, a little bit more polite about in this modern day society and all, but,
Susan's sister's been watching me, what?
Right, down the elevator then.
He's gonna do, like, hand motions, which are very suggestive.
Leslie is, like, spamming the call elevator button at this point.
Is Susan's sister hot?
I don't know. It's like,
I mean-
don't really see details about, like, the fairies. I just know they're there. Susan, is your sister hot? mean, Susan's not going to tell me if the system's hot.
Well, fuck you, Susan.
Why has this elevator not arrived yet? Please just get up here.
Bing!
Oh, thank God. Everybody in.
I send a group text to all of you that just in all capital letters says Malkavian.
Yes, you heard he was a Malkavian. He is both an idiot and a Malkavian. It is a horrible combination.
Yeah. So
Anyway, the elevator goes
text
down and then it
Hey, Fred.
opens and we leave. No.
He's Florida man
Yeah.
Malkavian. It's the worst.
As we're in the
Oh,
elevator, Fred, have either of your friends heard of the Black Heart?
What now?
The Black Heart.
You two heard about anything like that? I mean, they can check it out for you. I don't know if they'll
Sure.
see anything. Susan will probably want something, though.
Susan's sister has got enough out of me, I think.
But Susan's not a sister.
No. Well, Susan's sister can join in too if she wants. That's all the payment I'm offering.
So we're going to the nightclub with the hottest teens in town? Or are they like college
No.
students? I don't know.
I hope they're college students.
Is there not a nightclub that caters to more mature clientele?
Sure, but it's not as hot.
It's got a point.
Probably less drugs there as well.
Oh, yeah, that sounds terrible.
Anyway, he'll take you to a local nightclub with, probably the, like, spring break youth at it, since it is March into April. So probably some college students on either early spring break or currently on spring break, possibly of, like, dubious, categories. What's up?
Can I use your charger in my room?
Not really. I'd rather you not, because things go to your room and disappear.
Okay.
Fucking same.
I wonder if aura perception can tell me rough ages.
That's a good question. I don't know. Are you, like, not questionably young as a human? If you're just gonna drink the blood, it's probably okay.
Look, Leslie has morals, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
He holds on to some shred of his humanity. Not
That is
well,
a
but he holds on to it.
That is a highly acceptable reason to, avoid horrible, like, drugged up college-age students who may or may not be of questionable age or college.
Yeah, if I can find somebody who isn't horribly drugged up and is not underage, then Leslie will have a bite to eat, but that's about it.
I mean, there are other clubs you could probably go to, if you wanted to. There's probably a bunch of them in this area. It's just that Fred
Perfect.
stopped by the
When we
bar.
get here, I'll slip out when Fred isn't looking and go to a different club.
Okay. We can say you can all get a little bite to eat, so a couple of blood points apiece. Anybody that's looking for it.
There's a couple
Oh,
2,
yeah.
a couple 3.
Like, couples, like 2.
All
Couple
right.
is 2. Alright, 2 does me good. I'm now at half. I'm half full now.
Okay.
Good, good,
I'm
good.
now at 2 under max.
Okay.
And I'm now full.
I'm full as well.
God damn you lot. I was eating something while I was away, and
Mm-hmm. All right.
oh yeah, do I get that fucking willpower back by now?
You?
Yes, I didn't put that back last time.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I need a roll command. Probably. Anyway. Well, why don't we have you guys head to the fort? You're going to arrive once again at the fort. This time, like, as Fred will be opening up, like, so I got business to do. If they're gonna have me pick you up later, that's great. If you're gonna be like walking or something, I don't know. or they're gonna arrange another vehicle. But nice to hang out with you, Nathan. You know all the moves to get the goyles.
I told him those.
He's gonna like do that walk where he's got like, you know, his crotch shoved forward, kind of like dancing walk. You know, it's not good. He's thrusting the air into the car.
Oh, wait, Fred. You should give me your phone number, so if you hear anything about that black heart thing, you can just
Oh, sure.
contact us.
I mean, I guess Susan doesn't have his phone number.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, see you later.
Continues hip thrust as he walks away.
Yeah, as he hip thrust into the car. As he goes like, driver, let's rock this town. As the driver's just gonna kind of go.
Teaching me that one.
You're welcome.
One of the men that was like kind of came to meet you, Nathan, and the rest like later on, will kind of approach you down from like the entrance to the fortress, which is now open. He'd be like, désolé, Monsieur Le Banc. He sends his apologies. He will not be able to meet with you today, but a friend of his who may be related to your issues seemed interested in you.
All right.
Right this way.
I love it when people are interested in us. It always
Is he wearing a white suit?
This one here?
Yeah.
No. He seems to be wearing just like a kind of gray business suit. Sunglasses at night, too.
Oh, of course.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Alright. He'll lead you into the fortress, into that main area again, where, you don't see, like, the same people, like, rigging the area. You see a bunch of, men kind of hanging around the area, just seemingly, like, hanging out. And you see a woman in an incredibly, like, just revealing red dress, just kind of standing there. As you all approach, she's going to go, Excusez, Monsieur Emil. She's going to come over to Emil and then kind of like give a kiss on each of your cheeks.
Dawn looks fucking incredulous right now.
I am sorry that so much stuff has happened to have troubles.
I know you?
Zanim. Zamini. No, you do not.
Very well. Nice to meet you.
Typing the
Mi
name in.
say Josette. Josette.
Awesome.
Nice to meet you, Josette.
C'est comme ça. What brings you to the Caribbean?
We are searching for... We're searching for someone. We have a message.
Yes. I have heard tales. The monk, he has sent you.
Yes.
Oui?
Did you say the monk?
Yeah, that's what she said. The monk, he sent you. Oui?
We did speak to a monk.
Yeah, because that was one of the first people we met, right? Yeah.
Sort of?
Are you referring to... Yeah, the That was like the first one
What
we
was
met for
his
this whole thing, wasn't it?
name? When we went on Japan adventures.
Ah. Mm-hmm. That's true. That was Buddhist monk. That is an accuracy. That
Yep.
if you're going with
Yeah.
that. Mm-hmm.
Not directly. Perhaps.
Excellent. Then we have much business to discuss. Oui?
Yes, we do.
Nathan, do you have any idea what's going on here?
So what business does the monk have with us this time? Why has he called upon Met Muen?
I remember his name was like something like semi-generic for a monk. It was like it was more of a title.
Mm-hmm.
Bodhisattva?
But yeah, are you talking about the Bodhisattva?
She'll look confused.
Perhaps we are not thinking of the same monk then.
Monsieur Emil
Yes.
from Chicago. Oui?
Yes.
Hmm. Oh! Oui, oui. Mais when comprend. Ah. We should have privacy, yes? Your friends, yes, go. Have fun. We will talk with just the two of us. This is important, yes.
Given our experiences so far,
Très important.
Très
And-
importante.
It is not French she's speaking.
and what guarantee do
It
we
is a
have
language
that,
based on French, so that's why it's slightly different.
and what guarantee do we have that you are not just going to take him and we never see him again?
Yeah, we have had that happen.
We've already had attempted abduction
Panjan,
in 2 days.
Panjam. I would never do something to mess with a associate.
Right. Emil, what's going on?
Do you actually know this woman, like, at all?
I imagine it should be fine, as long as you stay within the courtyard, merely a distance away, so that prying ears, rather.
I'll be fine.
Those of you with heightened senses, do you have them activated?
Oh yeah, I've had mine.
I
going
mean, I
until
always have
here.
my smell activated.
You will notice that there's something off about this woman. Just something smells awful about her.
What?
Like OFFAL awful?
Like, no, like AW one.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, activate aura perception.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it.
Give me a second to remember what it is, because I constantly seem to forget it.
Dawn, you guys passed on the information about what the Great Lord Cockroach told us about each of us, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're all
And I
aware that
mentioned,
he's part of a secret society
Yes.
that he doesn't know about,
Yes.
right?
yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I straight up told you guys. You're
Absolutely
like, what
aware.
else do you know about this? And I'm like, I don't know.
Right.
Besides the fact that I'm in it.
But given what we've gone through and what else we've learned, Leslie does not trust this one bit.
Dawn wants to talk to this woman alone.
The problem is I don't know if this person is an enemy of my secret organization or a friend of my secret organization.
Perception, empathy.
Yeah, so that's shade, color, and patterns, please.
Yes.
Hence my suggestion that they stay in the courtyard where we can see them, but not hear them.
Mm-hmm. Eventually, pop up, and I will be able to read what you got for checks.
Oh, 3 successes.
Eventually, it will pop up. Or
Oh,
it
I
will.
see it.
Okay.
Oh, I don't see you actually.
Wait,
Am
is
I
it-
non-existent in the chat?
Yes. Now
There
you
it
are back.
goes.
wait, what?
I've been off in other like pages and stuff in tabs, and apparently it made Roll20 forget I existed there for a while.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that can happen.
All right. Shade, color, and color patterns.
Mhm.
Okay. She's certainly vampire.
Mhm.
I'd say she seems calm.
Okay. Light
Let's see here. Suspicious.
blue. Okay. Light and dark blue. All right.
Yeah. And two others. Distrustful and generous.
Jesus, she's got the full rainbow of colors in her aura.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, whenever Leslie looks at me, he sees a lot of the same thing.
I think I gave you too much for that, but whatever. That's fine. I think I should have technically gave a little less, but whatever. I'm not as good at aura perceptioning yet. You don't do it as
All
much.
right, well, I'm just gonna follow Nathan for the time being, and also
Okay.
consult notes.
Okay.
I actually am getting a call. Kind of important one. So perhaps we should take our break now?
We can take our break now if you want to do the important call. We can take a break since it's
Yeah.
with you. Okay. So we'll take our quick break here, and then we'll do the scene with Emil, where he's talking to this woman who's got a strange aura about her, and just something doesn't, well, literally smell right.
Jesus.
So we'll be back in a little bit. If you need to use restroom, snack break, drink break, anything like that. pick
Does
up
it smell like Jesus?
No. No.
Okay. Now.
Hi. Now, welcome back. I'm going to continue to pet this cat. So, Emil, you're going to head off with Josette just to the kind of side and talk to her.
Yep.
She'll kind of lead you back, kind of away from everybody, and be like, Miwen, comprend. You do not want to speak with your friends about certain things. Oui?
Yes. Although I'm also not certain.
We good to go?
To which monk are you referring?
Zikapushan? Oui?
Tushin?
Yes.
Is that a type of monkey?
Capuchin. It's also a type of actual, Capuchin monk. Is an actual
Okay.
type of religious order. They're the traditional, if you want to know, they're the traditional robed monks of, medieval era kind of thing.
1 second again.
Mm-hmm.
So, Dawn, how's the veal?
Sorry, I'm looking at that woman's legs.
We
I didn't hear a word.
I wasn't
Yeah.
talking about the meat on display.
Oh.
Sorry about that. I knew what that was and I knew it'd be real quick. I'm afraid I'm not as informed as you may think I am. I assume this has to do with my sire, Mark Decker.
Oui. Baron envoie regards yo. How is Mark?
He is dead.
Ah. Qui John Terrible. How did it happen? Was it, as they say, slow and agonizing?
Most likely.
She's just gonna give a smile and be like, so you are like, tebe qui fait fit. You are like newborn.
Yes.
So why are you here, then? Who gave you the orders to be here?
This is an unrelated adventure from Nathan, the one in the cloak over there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as you said, we have a message for
the Baron.
yeah, right. Yes, the Baron Samedi.
And who has this message from?
Nathan does.
None.
I'm just like, try and lie and get information. Just be
None.
upfront and get this over with.
Who has given this Nathan the message, and therefore use this message?
Well, it is someone from his clan. Oh gosh, what is the clan called?
True. That's technically not who sent them, so I'm gonna have to make you make a check here.
Oh, I was thinking the. Wait, I thought he was part of the.
We don't want to say Cappadocians because there's a lot of kind of mixed feelings on them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh right.
Stick with Venture, just lie through it.
Yeah, Ventru.
Manipulation subterfuge. Thank you very much. Please roll it.
Manipulation. There's subterfuge. Dang it!
Ooh.
Stupid one.
It could have been worse.
Yeah.
It could have.
I see now why Messi O did not tell you everything. You are
A terrible liar.
très terrible. Liar.
Yeah.
Nissan, come.
Already did, thank you.
Hey!
There you go. You came.
Already?
You left and then
Oh.
came back to clean your belly. Is that it? You're weird.
I did get 2 blood back.
Ah, yeah.
I'll join them over there.
Leslie, when do you
Monsieur
think the whole woman's
Emil.
gonna talk to me?
Monsieur Emil says you have a message for the Baron.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, when did he get a massage done?
He is correct.
Sotenam Kimon. Who?
Well, if you said the Baron, then you most assuredly know who the message is for.
None. Who sent you?
A member of his family who is concerned for their own safety.
Find me?
Mm-hmm.
Kijan and Praj. We know of no one of the family in Egypt.
I'm sorry? You know of the family in Egypt?
We know of no one in our family from Egypt.
Ah. Perhaps you need to think more along the lines of a cousin of a cousin sort of thing. Further back on the family tree.
Zami Mio, say tell me you visit Egypt, Turkey, travel around the world. You
I believe Monsieur LeBlanc could benefit
you see
from a
Salupsa.
partnership.
You saw Salupsa Baizar. Oui?
Salipsa Baiza.
Oui, Baizar.
I do not recall anyone by that name.
Do you think she'd give us a massage too?
The bastard of the monk.
Maybe.
You saw him.
The bastard of the monk.
Everyone knows you're conspiring with him. Some kind of plan. Word spreads. You could give me a cult intelligence roll, I guess we'll say.
Okay, and if I don't have any points in occult, just straight intelligence?
Just straight intelligence, difficulty 7.
Can I roll a
Actually,
cult
we'll say
intelligence?
difficulty 8. I guess you could roll. You're there. You could roll in cult intelligence. Your difficulty
Well, this
7.
isn't gonna go well.
Difficulty 8 for Nathan. Yeah.
Yeah.
What for me?
Difficulty 7 for you. It's slightly less.
Interesting. Oh god, wait, what's with my ones today?
Wow.
I'm still thinking Japan. I'm still thinking Japan months.
Yeah, you're thinking it's someone in Japan you met. Yeah.
Unless you're talking about, let's see. Do.
She insinuated you met Bizer in Turkey. You got me started on it now, damn it.
Mahatma?
Oui, Bizer.
He was not particularly forthcoming with that name.
The bastard did not show off that he had an entire city named after him in the old days.
No.
I hear tell he never, if you start him on it, he never gives up the story of the capital of Turkey was originally named after him.
Constantinople?
Byzantium is what Constantinople was known beforehand. Before it became Constantinople. And then it became Istanbul. So it's changed names.
Istanbul,
Not
and
Constantinople.
Then it's Istanbul and back to Constantinople.
And it changed its name 3 times. Only twice. Well, I guess it got named the first time it counts as one.
Wasn't it 4 times it changed names?
Something ridiculous like that.
Because it was like Byzantine, then it was Constantinople, then it was Istanbul, then it was Constantinople, then it was back to Istanbul, right?
I don't know. It changed its name a lot.
Yeah.
Regardless, yeah. Okay.
So what does the monk want with us all?
Was he the one that asked for Baron Samedi?
He gave you information. It was Lazarus that asked for it.
Right.
You got information.
Think further back.
Further back? Like for me, you mean? Like for hinting at stuff, or?
Nathan is saying to Josette, think further back.
You got your mission in Egypt. So he sends you to Bizer to get more information? Yes, for the monk. Asking around. The Baron is interested in what his old friend is up to.
I did not inquire as to what he was up to. I merely gave him a very similar message to that which I give to the Baron.
So, he has you spreading his word. Satisfying. So come now, come. We go. The Baron, if you had a good enough message, he'll be willing to meet with you. We go now, bon monsieur. There's a helicopter
Excellent.
waiting.
Oh, lovely.
All right.
Pull out cell phone. Text to Samuel. Hey, can you get Wick back for us?
Samuel's now gonna hunt for Wick. It turns out it's just a Samuel Hunting Wick Chase.
Dun, 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 dun.
Wick has a fucking car now.
Do-do-do.
Okay.
Will we be leaving the island, or shall we leave our things here?
If you want to drop off afterward, we can arrange it. Peter saw.
Excellent.
All right. You'll be taken to a helicopter that seems to be waiting at a nearby location once you've all assembled, and taken probably a few hours offshore, actually, where there will be a large yacht waiting for you, named Vudoa. W-A... I mean, which it translates to vastly from Haitian Creole, which is what the person's been speaking, to the Voodoo King.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It'll land. And Josette will tell to the person, "Prends yon pause," and he will go, "Oui, madame," as the helicopter pilot will kind of head off onto the ship. The ship itself is a large place with a number of individuals that seemingly are kind of moving around in with plain masks on that just cover their faces, and very elegant outfits. There's just something that the entire ship has a very strong smell of the ocean, but something else that's there. The entire thing smells of rot and death.
Gosh, should have seen that coming.
I feel a bit underdressed. Also, this seems like a cult.
Friendly.
You kind of park your helicopter and kind of walk down into the middle of this kind of party with all these individuals and these kind of it just looks like black and white gowns with these simple white masks, all kind of looking like they're drinking just wine or champagne or something, and there's still some very simple music with the musicians also dressed up in kind of fineries with masks, doing some basically it sounds like a mixture of I call it almost soft jazz or something,
Is the champagne red?
No.
I feel right at home.
Mm-hmm.
Dawn is in flip-flops, jean shorts, and a Hawaiian shirt right now.
Mm-hmm.
She looks great.
Dawn always looks great.
Yeah.
Probably booty shorts, though.
Probably it's Dawn.
That just makes it better.
Yeah, she's ready for college town party. This is super rich party.
I'm at least halfway there. I gotta see.
So it's kind of got that open-ended side where it kind of opens into a room kind of in the back, and you'll see a man dressed in a pure white suit, kind of with a black top hat and cane next to him. You will notice that he is certainly not human. His face looks like it's melting, with his one eye kind of melting down below the other.
Oh no.
Yeah. He's got kind of a fine bow tie, it's a white suit with a black bow tie, black pants, like a little like red flower in it. You can see like one of his eyes is those kind of hanging out. You see like all the skin from his jaws completely gone, and he'll kind of get up and go, "Comme Josette, la moumouenne. Welcome back."
In a white suit.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, Samuel was left on the island.
Mm-hmm. He'll kind of like pick up his cane, put on his hat, kind of put it onto his head, kind of like get up and kind of do a deep bow to all of you, and it says,
Same thing from me.
"Aki, my guests, Aki."
Leslie will give a courteous bow.
He'll snap his fingers, and everyone in the crowd now changes. You notice that all of them resemble rotting corpses and stuff. Josette changes herself, as all of them deactivate Mask of 1,000 Faces.
I feel a lot less underdressed.
They are all still in incredible outfits. But, like, Josette looks like... the best way to describe her is a corpse left in the humidity after a week.
Oh, but Dawn was so into her.
She's got kind of like short black hair. Her eyes are like jet green and have no pupils. Like her lips are kind of drawn back a little bit too. She still kind of has a sexy corpse, she still fits the dress. She's not like bloated or anything, so it just is like she's a walking corpse now.
Oh, she's still a little hot, and I'm very confused.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Dawn, there is no kink shaming here.
I feel pretty ashamed.
Wait till we're back on the island.
Okay.
Hello, Baron.
Mon amour. She tells me that you have a message for me. What brings you to my lands?
Excellent joke. An airplane and then a helicopter. The message comes from, comes by way of Angelique.
Fem Shensa. What is the spawn of Tretla want with me?
Presumably the same thing she wants from Patia, Mr. Baiza, and the Nagaraja.
He'll like stop for a second and turn towards you. Has he made peace with the monk? With the order? What has the Capuchin said to this all? Or has he looked for Tretyor's throat?
I apologize for the inadequacies of my interpretations. I believe that if you're asking how the monk comported himself with me, I will say that he agreed to the request and will be joining the rest in Cairo.
Japheth? That, L'Esprit. As he dragged himself out of the underworld, finally.
Not sure who L'Esprit is.
The spirit, Japheth.
Japheth. Don't believe I've heard that name either.
Has not your small friend, Monsieur Emil, told you anything?
Would have to say that no. In this particular instance, he is not.
Do you want to tell them, or should I? Small man.
Go ahead.
Japhet, Lazarus, Bizar. The cult of the monk. Japheth. That foul wraith, doing his work with the other two from the darkness.
So L'Esprit is Lazarus, and Japheth is Isa?
Japheth is, as they say, spiritual in nature. Lazarus.
All right.
The traitor, betrayed his old friends, went off on his own. Biza
Lazarus or
remained-
Biza?
Lazarus. Biza remained neutral.
Ah.
I thought the old monk would not be bothering me again. Not since the last time.
As I believe I've mentioned, at least twice now, we were not sent by the monk.
Their cult network. You have little friends there as member of it, no? Trying to bring about Gehenna. Well, since they failed already, I do not know what they want to do this time. Those Monsot tried to summon the flesh beast himself.
Huh. Is that right?
I heard it was a little group in, what are you from, New York? The city that never sleeps. The Big Apple.
Yes.
What was it called now? Kai. They stopped him. It was hilarious.
All right. So,
So, young Emil, are you trait? Yon trait too? If so, well,
I'm quite unaware of the organization my sire was a part of.
ah, he kept you out of the loop. I see, I see. Too young, too stupid know enough. I know he was in making a deal with those hounds up north for information. The plan finds that Ken Noir. Bring back Lilith. So,
Ken Noir?
Black Heart. I do not know what it is. I only hear the rumors as I mess with my old friend and his compatriots. So I make you a deal, young one. What say you? You want to be friends with the Baron instead of your dead sire's old friends. The Caribbean, is a very welcoming place to many young gangrel. And it seems like...
Echoing in my brain, beware the man in the white suit.
That was for Samuel.
Yeah. You might be fine. Maybe. Or become a corpse.
And the threat, Lazarus, seems to want some kind of meeting.
I would like to
Interessant.
find out more about my sire before I make a decision.
You should realize what it means to try to bring about Gehenna, the end of the world. After their failures, I know that my good friend Lazarus decided it was too much to look towards a better future. Oui?
Well, I agree. That the end of the world is bad. I'm not sure. While it's possible I was deceived, I'm not sure my sire was someone who would have gone along with that.
Well, I will leave the offer on the table. You are gangrel, and the gangrel have been very welcome here in the Caribbean, in my realms.
I will consider your offer.
So, you've been finding many. Is there anybody else you're looking for? Perhaps the Baron could assist you. As a show of good faith to my good friend, Emil here.
Should have come to him first.
He's showing good faith, but he obviously wants you on his side for reasons, you know?
Yeah. I know, and...
It's still like, even if you're getting the good faith favor from him, it's still, he's a very powerful vampire you're getting a favor from.
That's true.
He is 5th gen.
Oh, fuck.
Yes.
Tance, can you please stop trying to kill my vampire?
The Baron is relatively kind to those people that aren't his enemies, or his bitter rivals that he dicks with.
Just one day of not trying to kill Leslie, that'd be fantastic.
Look, he has got. He hasn't.
No
tried
one
to
is
kill you.
actively trying to kill Leslie right now.
Yeah, if he wanted.
Aren't you glad you didn't go to that party in your other suit?
Just because you're next to a bomb doesn't mean there's a timer ticking down.
We're a party of bombs. We're all just ticking, wondering which one of us is going to explode first. Is it you? Is it you? No, maybe it's me. No, but maybe you.
I'm
When
not
did we
gonna
wake up and
explode.
then one of us just goes kaboom?
Oh God, I forgot Thanatos has ridiculous powers.
Why are you looking at Thanatos?
Because
Can
that's
you not do that? See, do you see what I mean now, guys?
Than-
Stop trying to kill our vampires.
Look,
Don't be
Thanatos
looking at
is
Thanatos.
the discipline of the Samedi bloodline. It is a version
And you
of
don't need
necromancy.
to know it, alright?
Look,
Just look at me. Look me in the eyes. You
compress-
don't need to know Thanatos. Because it's not coming up.
Compress, shrink a victim's skin until it explodes off them, and then add it to yourself.
You don't need to know that.
This is why we're coming as messengers.
And that's why we're leaving in the next 5 minutes, hopefully.
Anyway, so yeah.
Well, unless you happen to know where Golgotha is, I think we've got the rest more or less under control.
Alright.
But thank you kindly.
Your hospitality is most appreciated, Baron.
Stay. Enjoy the party. Yes, now you'll notice that all the wine glasses are indeed filled with red. They were
Inside
also under the
Leslie's
veil,
head.
kind
Is
of.
that a suggestion or a threat?
Meh?
Probably.
Probably, yeah. Yes.
Probably is
The
the
answer is
problem.
yes.
The answer is yes.
God.
Suggestion or threat? The answer is yes.
Hey, Tantus, so we got a game of vampires today. What cool, fun things are we going to be doing today? Oh, how would you like to run into 5th gen Baron Samedi, who has Thanatos powers? Tantus, no, I don't think I'd like that. Well, too bad!
I mean, you were trying to find him.
Well, Tantus, we did our business with this, 5th gen Baron Samedi Thanatos power guy. Can we leave now?
No.
Yes.
Sure.
You
Totally.
can.
I know, it's like, yes, you can leave.
Why, Tantus? That sounds like a great idea. We're just going to go now. You shouldn't. Well, why not, Tantus? He thinks you should stay.
And enjoy
Oh, why? That sounds lovely.
enjoy the party first for a little bit.
We enjoy the party, then Josette comes and brings the helicopter pilot, and we fly off into the
Yes.
sunset, never
Yes.
to land on this yacht again.
Or to come within, 300 nautical miles of it.
I mean, in an airplane above it on our way somewhere else, maybe.
I mean, it's a boat filled with Samedi, the Baron, and probably either ghouls or
I imagine there's
human
probably
servants.
some food, though.
Probably some food too.
Hell yeah.
I mean, there is a Thanatos' power that they can just eat bones. Then also, it's called like Marrow Eater.
I like to imagine that while I am sitting here staring at you, Leslie is doing the exact same thing. We're both staring at you with this deadpan look of what the fuck.
I'm trying.
I mean, this is technically not the worst situation you've been in.
No, you're right, it isn't.
He's
But
at least hospitable.
That's because we haven't gotten to the end of the game yet.
That's because he's hospitable because he wants one of us.
Oh, well,
Tantus, you see,
yeah.
there's been far too much standing with extraordinarily powerful vampires that are hospitable.
I mean, they're all
And
used.
I'm quite
In fairness,
distinctly
There's
uncomfortable.
like
In
a dozen
fairness,
people using you.
Only 2 of us have temporarily had their bodily functions cease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it sucked.
yeah.
Mine was pretty fun.
Well, I'm glad yours was fun, Dawn. I'm glad you had a great time, Dawn. I'm glad the great Lord Cockroach gave you an adventure, Dawn. I had to sit with Samedi.
I fucked something with the great little cockroach.
And
By the way-
I saw flesh golems.
By the way, maybe don't talk about that on the boat.
This is all fourth wall breaking, not happening. Not Smiche, sorry. Baron Samedi cannot hear any of this.
I mean, it could be when you get back to the hotel and stuff on the island. Yeah.
Dawn and Leslie are just telepathically screaming at each other.
Yes.
Oh,
If
like
anybody
back in
could
New
hear it,
York.
if anybody could hear what's going on in Dawn and Leslie's heads with each other, it's just.
I mean,
Meanwhile, in Nathan's head, please God, don't speak. Please God, don't speak. Please God, don't
I
speak.
mean, you did learn something interesting, though, too.
That the Kai Institute is trying to bring about Gehenna?
No, that they stopped it.
Wait.
Wait,
The people that are
What?
your enemies stopped the end of the world.
Well, I mean,
Apparently,
why-
apparently
Why are
people
they
who are
our
supposedly allied.
enemies?
Apparently, people who are allied with me attempted to bring about.
Yes!
which side was Lazarus on in this thing?
He was on the end of the world side, but then decided it was a bad idea after they'd failed. They failed to bring out the end of the world, and then Lazarus was like, this is too much.
Subsequent question: which side are we on now?
That's
Oh.
a tough question.
I can't keep
So-
track of it.
So the answer is, we're on the side of not dying yet.
Yes, we're on the
Yes.
side of keeping ourselves alive.
we
That
just need to live long enough to decide if we want the end of the world or not.
Oh, good God.
Yes.
Leslie gets closer to a mental break every day.
See,
Oh,
the
God.
Kai Institute is probably not good, but they probably didn't want the end of the world. That's what you have to kind of insinuate for it. They thought, that was bad, we don't like it. We're still not, like, maybe on your side. It's just not that cut and dry good and evil. It's sort
we
of
can't
like,
keep doing evil experiments and building giant cockroaches if they're all dead.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And there's no such thing as a cockroach revolution without horrible experiments.
See,
Yeah.
the thing is, they're an organization of a lot of groups that seem to be subgroups of some of them. More than likely, what it is like, probably you get the insinuation from that little bit of information, is because groups like Pentax, technically speaking, Pentax as a whole probably wants to bring about the end of the world by bringing the worm out. Probably there's a group within them that likes the status quo. You know, likes the level
Have
of
we even
corruption,
figured
doesn't need
out-
to destroy the world. And that's
Have
the
we
ones that are
even-
working with Kai. So you think about it, it's like there's these subsets of a bunch of different groups that have come together and being like, you know, we like the status quo as it is, we do not want the end of the world. We're
Have
all
we
like
figured
awful
out
and
yet-
horrible, but you know,
Have we figured out yet who the overarching, like, group or person in charge of the Kai Institute is?
you have not. You've only met like this main guy that's part of them, and
Fuck him.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me.
he is probably an important member of them, and he he does not he likes dicking with you.
I hate him.
Aha!
We have dicked him back at least once.
You have dicked him back at least once, yes.
It's funny when Leslie first joined you guys. It was like, all right, you know, my prince is like, yeah, you should go help these guys out. So he goes over to New York and gets instructions from your guys' prince. And she's like, yeah, just help these guys out. And he's just here following orders and helping people out. And at this point, it's just like, I just don't want to die.
Yeah, we just got locked into this weird realm of like, we have to keep doing what people say so we don't die.
It's the unfortunate thing. That's vampire politics, actually.
Yeah.
That is vampire politics in a nutshell. We have to keep
I'm-
listening to people that are probably more powerful than us, so we don't die.
He's starting to understand why his sire went, fuck this, and went and lived in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
If we survive this, Leslie is doing the same thing.
Leslie's like, I'm just
He's
gonna...
going back to Europe, back to buttfuck nowhere, and just living there.
Your Cyrus is like, you should go experience the world. And he's like, why did you want me to experience this?
Yeah, why did you do this? You didn't even give me like child support, goddammit!
To make you appreciate the solitude even more because you were being ungrateful.
Oh, God.
So yeah, you'll make it back to the hotel. We'll end it there. When you get back after your long trip and having a very awkward Samedi party.
Dawn is dancing.
Yeah. You can dance with Gisette and probably a couple others that are just, it's creepy. It's just creepy.
No, she's gonna do it. She's still very conflicted. She's like kind of into it, and then like she smells them and she realizes, and then
sees like the dripping flesh and all, and the rotting.
It's not going to work out long term, is what you're saying.
yeah.
See, I'm spending the entire time with my back to a wall until we leave.
Well, there's a nice ocean you can have your back to.
Great, that's what's happening.
Yeah, you're just gonna be like on the edge of the boat, like, yep, over here.
Yep. Yeah, this is a great party, guys. Thanks for inviting. Just gonna sit here drinking my champagne.
Well, the Samedi are a neutral clan, so you probably don't have to worry about them trying to bring about everything. They mostly keep to themselves. For reasons.
I'll ask Emil if he can figure out if there's Wi-Fi on this boat, and maybe pull up a couple of accounting articles on my phone for me so I can just kind of read through them.
There's indeed Wi-Fi, because modern day.
Hell yeah.
What's their affiliation between Camarilla and Sabat?
They're neutral. They're neither.
Perfect.
They're not.
Perfect. Good.
They traditionally try to keep under the radar, and whoever's in charge of where they're at, they just try to go along with the flow. Because again, they're worse than Nosferatu,
So what if you just time skipped to the point where the La Sombra abandoned the Sabat and joined the Camarilla, so I have one less sword hanging over my head? That'd be great, thanks.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
We'll worry about that.
On top of everything else, this entire campaign, I've had the threat of my own clan coming to kill me over my head. Like, it's one of my things on my character page. It still hasn't happened.
Hey, I mean...
Leslie.
I have so many people trying to kill me!
It's okay.
It is not!
I mean, Nathan's got, a really elder
To be
vampire
fair.
that's been looking out for him, and,
Yeah, I don't have that!
Emil's learned that he's part of a death cult.
And technically, so is Dawn, sort of.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Sorta.
Sort of.
Yeah.
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 Meanwhile, I mean, Nathan isn't happy with the situation, but...
And Samuel's the bloody king of fucking cockroaches!
He also has made enemy of the entire Pentex Corporation, but that's besides the point. And probably a number of worm beasts, and probably there are, bounties on his head with a number of black
This is
spiral
entirely
dances.
selfish, but I'm gonna put Pentex below the rest of us having, antediluvians and shit hunting us.
I don't have one hunting me. It's just keeping track of me.
Yeah. He became interested in it.
That's great.
Interest.
Yeah.
He's looking out for you. Watching you. You've got somebody looking out for you. I don't remember if it's your sire or your great sire. Someone higher up is watching out.
No,
No, they're just watching.
I don't. They're just watching.
I thought you had either a sire or a grandsire that was actually looking out for you.
No, I have a respectable either sire or grandsire, but I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
Which is why knowing the greats and knowing who the thing is that's watching out for me would actually tell me, more or less. And so the vampire population respects both of those people well enough that I get the benefit of this leadership thing, but I don't have the protection of them actually being my avowed sire, which means that people can fuck with me the way they couldn't fuck with a specific childer of that
Yeah.
So
sire.
what we need to do is drag that connection out into the light. Then nobody can touch you. Ergo, anybody with you is now immune. Ergo, we are
That's why
safe.
I want to kill Charles.
Just fucking kill Charles. I'm ready. It's been coming. It's time.
Killing Charles
Because
gonna
he
save
fucking knows. He's part of this whole conspiracy.
Yeah, no, he's,
Alright, so as
he's
soon
fucking
as-
the ringmaster. He
As
knows
soon as we're
everything.
done playing Messenger, we're going to kill Charles then, yes?
Yes.
Oh.
I need to make it look like an accident, so that's why I invited Charles to the auction. I was hoping something big would go down, and nothing did.
Oh.
With Charles.
Well, something
Oh,
big
no,
went
he
down. It
accidentally
was
got-
was outside the hotel, and therefore
Right.
not
Not with
chargeable.
Charles.
Do you need a body?
I'd rather not have a body, but I'd also want to make sure that it cannot be traced back to me.
Well,
Which
that's easy.
Is not if he's part of a conspiracy involving my sire, who
I
is
still don't
either
see what you guys hate about him.
See, but aside from
That's because he's into you.
He is into Emil.
aside from Semiche, and you guys, because I've told you, no one really knows what happens when I do my little disappear reappear thing.
Dawn knows more. Semiche understood it. And
That's
then-
what I mean. But like, there's people that know I can just like disappear reappear, because like I did that out of the cage. But aside from like Dawn and Semiche, nobody really knows what happens.
No.
So if Charles just disappeared,
You know what? I didn't want you using that power because ancient things chasing me. Fucking do it. Fucking do it. Leave
I
Charles
could just
there.
leave him there.
Just leave him there.
So the trick is we do need to figure out what Charles knows before he's gone.
I mean, I will
Oh,
just
no.
remind you from last week, the Great Word Cockroach did warn you that technically bringing someone in like that may result in something replacing him coming out.
That's fine.
Yeah,
For
I
the
got a demon
Charles?
slaying sword.
Uh-huh.
It's called we take Charles in, leave him there, whatever comes out, I stab it.
Uh-huh.
And then Dawn stabs it. And one of our two swords is gonna kill it.
Uh-huh.
Well, we don't have that other one anymore.
I miss my sword.
I think the correct answer is whatever comes out will still be better than Charles.
Yes.
See, what I think is, what we should do is, you go in with Charles
Mm-hmm.
at a nuclear testing facility.
Oh.
Then you come back out, and something comes with you, and then you go right back in, and then boom.
I like it.
Nuke part of the country.
I like it.
Get rid of a monstrosity that you're gonna trade Charles for. That's
Now the
Yes.
question is, how do we get Charles to that nuclear facility? Because I'm down.
Emil, you're bait. You're hot, sexy bait. We'll
And
get
then
you a new
further
outfit.
question,
Some
does
roses.
radiation, fire, and force kill a shadow demon?
You have no idea.
One way
Maybe
to
we
find
can
out.
find out if you bring back a teeny little one like you did last time.
So what we need to do is get our hands on a Davy Crockett tactical nuke, test it on a small shadow demon, see if it kills it. If it does, then we blow up a nuclear reactor to kill whatever comes back when I take Charles in.
Yes,
Perfect.
I like this plan a lot.
It's flawless. It has
This
it has
was
no
one of our
downside.
quickest and most successful plans.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't actually
No, this is your
succeeded yet.
quickest
Yeah, we haven't
Oh
done
no, I feel
most
like it's a pretty
successful.
big success.
We haven't even seen that
It
yet.
has literally no downsides.
Yeah, there's none. There are
Literally
like backup
nothing that could go
ideas in
wrong.
case stuff doesn't
It
die.
is the
Like,
most ironclad plan we have ever had.
I think that that's true, actually.
I mean,
it's a lot
actually,
better than our plan to
actually,
burn
if
the
Samuel
library.
was here, I would totally tell him he would probably go against this because that might result in a different type of horrible spiritual creature being allowed into the world that's specifically hunting him.
Tantus, let's be honest.
Nah, he'd be for it. It's
Samuel will be
Charles.
totally down for this.
Because
Wait.
Charles?
We also talked to some of those people we met at the auction that have access to holy water and a bunch of other stuff like that. We put that in the bomb too.
It's the nuns.
you're gonna try to make a blessed bomb.
We're gonna make a holy hand grenade.
I don't know what the
No,
fuck.
you-
Holy hand grenade of Antioch. We're gonna surely either myself or Nathan has watched Monty Python. I mean, I lived in Europe.
Yes.
We're gonna make a holy hand grenade.
All right.
No. You're gonna make a holy hydrogen bomb.
Well, yes. Okay, holy hand grenade, but upscaled.
All right. Well, this has been a plan. We'll worry about that next time, as I think you still have one more person to find, and you might be having a message from Beckett.
Hydrogen bomb uses hydrogen.
That will be telling you
Blessed
where to
water.
go to.
Pull the hydrogen out of the blessed water.
Oh.
Use that hydrogen for a hydrogen bomb.
See, now we're getting into theology. Are you blessing the water or are you blessing the molecules?
Could we just have the whatever entity bless the bomb?
I mean, I don't see why not. Can we get blessed uranium?
Well, no. So the hydrogen's actually okay, because if you bless the hydrogen, doesn't a hydrogen fusion reaction create water?
Creates water! Hey!
Okay.
Holy science.
That's right.
Holy
Anyway, I will summarize the
science.
message that you're going to get just to let you know where you're going next time. You will get a message when you get back to the hotel about Kershit from Beckett. He will let you know, head to Mexico City. Kershit is currently acting as a cult leader to the... I'm going to spell this out because I will get it wrong probably. Sipalti. A kind of cult leader to the Sipalti.
Sipactli?
Sipactli. You've never heard of them.
Fuck yeah,
We'll worry
cults.
about you maybe rolling a check to see next time. But yes.
Oh.
Uh-huh. But yes. In Mexico City, that's where he's hanging out. As a cultist in charge of this group here. As like a cult leader to this group here. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got the pronunciation right.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, we'll end it here after that insanity. And the tirade flies.
Pardon me, mysterious voice in the sky. We are not insane. You're the one who throws us into these situations. You're the reason we have to come up with these plans in the first place.
Fred was insane, but you're not sure if he actually sees fairies or not, too.
I would like to point out, by the way, that you said that Apaccio was going to be the most dangerous.
Yes.
Wait, does that who's next?
No, we already did that one.
Oh,
that was the one we did first.
Oh,
We
sweet.
figured if we were going to die on that one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, Apache would be the most dangerous, technically speaking. The Baron was never, well, could have been a threat, but was relatively cordial. You know, that means
Yeah, apparently I'm important enough to be respected by him somehow.
he keeps an eye on his basically friend's cult.
So would he have taken any issue if we just, slaughtered those gangrel that offended us?
Probably some, but not a lot.
Yeah.
What if we go back now and slaughter them? Will he take offense?
He basically
What if we only slaughtered Fred and the other two that imprisoned Jess?
I don't know.
Fred.
Having learned a bit about Fred, finding out that he kind of got screwed over, I'm sort of okay with leaving him and killing the ones that
he
No.
is an intelligence 1 Malkavian. So I mean he is kind of like
I'd feel a little bad killing him, to be honest.
I wouldn't.
Now here's the thing. While I don't actually think he sees fairies, I think he actually does see something legitimate. Because I don't know how we found out Don was a lesbian otherwise.
What? We already knew that.
But he knew that.
But he didn't.
But how did he know?
Uh-huh. I mean, there might be weird vampire powers that, like,
Well,
you don't know.
he didn't say that he knew Dawn was a lesbian. He basically said that he knew Dawn plays with herself, which that's
no. He did the two the two V's together and with his hands. That's what he was doing.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Shit, Susan's sister's been looking through my phone.
If she's hot, isn't that good?
I don't know if she's hot. No one will tell me.
Because he doesn't actually see them. He only sees
Follow-up
sort of
question: how large is a fairy? Because that might cause some logistical issues.
if we're talking
I mean, fisting would potentially be a lot easier. One of the ways.
I mean, the word fairy is a very dangerous word because there's a lot of things that are put under that. There's actually like multiple groups that are referred to as fairies, so you don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, there's under fairies. There's fae, changelings. I think in this one the other ones are called the Taken.
Don, you can have a girlfriend that can be anything you want.
Goblins, hobgoblins.
Yeah.
I
mean, like, technically speaking, the problem with Malkavians out of game is some of them actually do see the fae folk, like the tiny ones, like the small sprites, because their madness allows them to. But you don't know which one is actually crazy and which one's actually seeing them. You don't know. Because insane. Womp womp. Also, technically speaking, if we still had a Malkavian, I probably would have referenced back the fact that you would have had a third Antediluvian to deal with, because if Eric was still around, the Madness Network, which is the overwhelming madness that is between all Malkavians, is technically an incarnation of Malkov itself.
Oh!
Lovely.
Yeah.
As if two were not bad enough.
Yeah. Yeah. One of them became Living Madness.
You know, just as a curiosity, so we've already got La Sombra, we've already got Bruja.
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't Gangrel and Ventru? Well, Ventru's dead, I think, isn't he?
As far as we know, Ventru is dead. He was killed during the second city's
fall
destruction.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Betrayed and stuff.
But we do have a 4th or 5th generation Ventru who's interested in me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we do, sort of.
As for Gangrel, there was a name that was thrown out there that was a dangerous one, and that was Lilith, which is a being which is probably related to Emil, but Lilith, it's unknown what generation it would be, or even if it is a vampire. If you're going by the basic information, Lilith was technically Adam's first wife, eventually became...
But I haven't married yet.
Eventually became Caine's lover, then was betrayed by him.
She cheated on me!
And then was also cursed to be some kind of immortal succubus demon monstrosity that may or may not be vampire-y, etc., you know, that kind of thing.
Cheated on you with your great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandsire.
I haven't even married this woman yet, and she's already cheating on me. God.
So also another very powerful, horrible being that apparently someone was trying to bring back also. So that was a thing that was occurring.
So why do they all hate us?
We should probably wrap up.
I was trying to wrap up before we got into
got
time
like
race.
2 more minutes before we technically hit time. We're just a bunch of people hanging out, a bunch of vampires, trying to live our best unlives, and everyone's trying to kill us, and it's not nice.
Well, I mean, like, you have to consider what you did is, you found a very powerful artifact and decided to pursue what the artifact led to. Which, as Nathan said, sounds like some blood of Caine.
Hold up. We didn't choose. We didn't have a choice.
Technically, at a certain point in time, you chose to continue looking.
Technically, at the very beginning, we could have just given it to Uar-Saken.
When you kept it, that was sort of along the path. You actually had a choice whether you wanted to pursue the other cups or not, and you chose to.
Look, they're really fancy cups.
Okay, look. You all are a thing, but I had no choice.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. You haven't had much of a choice.
No.
We're suckered into this.
Emil has been definitely suckered into this. No.
Wait. Okay, I came in London.
Yes. By then, they had already kind of gone down a slight path by basically saying, like, hey, this artifact, it's kind of strange and stuff. Give it to us. And you're like, no, it's ours. And you kept it.
Okay, but the cups, we didn't have a choice in the cups. We were charged with finding the cups.
You were charged into looking into it by your prince.
Yes.
The amount you could have actually looked into it, well, that was really up to you. You could have come back with, we couldn't find anything.
Yeah, true.
You know, once you started delving deep and finding that there was something going on, you had options to technically stop along the way. It's just sort of like how loyal you were to your prince, which was pretty heavily loyal, and also like how much danger it was. And it was sort of by the time you're getting into there's 3 cups, you want to find the other 2. It's only then that you're starting to see like, oh, there's a lot of danger involved with looking into this.
And
And
also
we
far
were
too
like-
deep.
My life
I
was
would like to
forfeit where I
point out-
previously lived,
Yeah.
and I moved. And they said, if you want to stay here, work with these guys. And I said, okay.
Yep.
I would like to point out that there was a lot of danger in that very first thing that we did.
Mm-hmm.
And also, my livelihood depends on the prince.
Unfortunately, yep.
And I was too loyal to back out
And-
at the time.
That's Vampire in a nutshell. You got a lot
Yep.
of politics you got to work with, and you got to work within a system which is never really out for you. You always have to find how much you have to manipulate it into just being a little bit out for you. It's a dangerous situation of a tightrope of politics.
Tantus, I think my demeanor or nature, no, something's changing. Leslie's loyalty, the whole original concept of the loyalty, yeah, that's slipping. Loyalty's almost gotten me killed multiple times now.
Mm-hmm.
You could
And it's not
never
like
leave
when I was a
Dawn.
human and loyal and death was just death.
There you go. Everybody on the board, giant wick next to terrible sword. Because it always zooms in so I can't see good sword. So that's why I have to put it next to terrible sword. Anyway, let's end here. Let's go,
Yes.
we'll go clockwise, or counterclockwise around the thing. People shout out who they are, where to find them, etc., and we'll end it for today. And worry about a visit to Mexico City and finding probably the last one next to the people out in Africa that you have to go find out. Down to 3 groups to find for good old Lazarus.
Oh, yeah. You can put a big old
I thought it was-
X right.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I
was
think
thinking of
we're
some
down to
wrong
3,
things, people.
if I'm remembering correctly. I think you got everybody else.
Lamia, Unre, and Kershid.
Yep, that's the 3 that are left. So,
What do we get once we do that again?
a
Reward?
trip to the underworld
Yeah.
Great.
Yep.
to
Dawn is
effectively.
now extra terrified.
Yeah, not only a trip to the underworld, a trip to the underworld to basically the.
Closing time.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, yes. Carpe.
Closing time.
I am the CarpeDM. Spelled the pun way, not the Latin way. Pretty much everywhere.
Okay.
Come find.
It's gonna be hot.
Word.
I don't need a jacket.
I'm Diamondwyrm. Find me on twitch.tv/Diamondwyrm or at Diamondwyrm on Twitter. It's WYRM.
Mm-hmm. Jess.
Bubblegum Viking, Twitch,
Oh.
Twitter, YouTube. That's all I have today.
Okay. Umber.
Turn all of the lights out over every boy and every girl.
All right, at every girl.
Exactly. That's great to know.
He linked it in chat. Click it, follow. That'd be great. You're amazing. Love you. Thank you.
Tantus Naravan Dracovin, you can find me here most days. Next time you're going to see me is Thursdays at 8 p.m. EST for Children of Wrath, where we're going to be doing a D&D game meets Magic the Gathering. Other games are at 1 p.m. on Mondays. Records of Evil. This one is 2 p.m. every time. It's Vampire the Masquerade. Records of Evil is a D&D game set in a modern-day Faerun. Check them all out. Other streams I'll probably just have at random points in time, things like that. I'll announce them, Discord, Twitter, all that stuff. There's probably some gaming streams, discussing tabletop, etc. Maybe some more RPGs. Anyway.
Coming up for Christmas, there's going to be a charity stream of Tantus pretending he's Fred and humping the air while we all talk to him as our characters.
I mean,
I mean,
Yes.
I was thinking of doing like an over Christmas charity thing, but maybe that'll be part of it. I don't know. I was thinking about it, so we'll find out.
You could have you just have the various RPG players join, but they have to speak as their character.
Exactly. Anyway, bye everybody. Bye.